Hey Bookworms, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you're new. I'm Sam and in today's video we are going to be talking about my most anticipated reads for 2023. I can't believe that 2023 is almost here. Like, we're in December, we have a few more weeks, and at the end of 2022, as I'm filming this, it's actually the 5th of December, which is just insane how fast this year has gone by. So yeah, let's talk about some of the books coming out next year that I'm going to be excited to read, that I can't wait for. Bear in mind that some of these dates could change, and I don't think there's cover reveals for all of these books yet, but if there is, I'll make sure I put it up here or up here so you guys can see. But let's start off with January. So in January we have How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. This one comes out on the 17th of January, I believe. Yep. And I don't know too much about this one other than it's about selling a haunted house. I'm guessing they're trying to get rid of it and maybe nobody wants to buy it. I want to go into this one sort of like blind, not knowing too much about it, and I've never actually read anything by Grady Hendrix before, so I'm really excited for this one. This one actually got pushed back as well because it's meant to release this year, so I was really annoyed because I was like so excited for this one. But I mean, I'm going to read it in January the moment it comes out anyway. And then next up we have the third book in a series, which is Finley Donovan Jumps the Gun. I'm so excited about, although the second book was a 4-star, which let me down a little bit because I was hoping it was a 5-star because the first one was a 5-star and I absolutely loved it. But I'm still excited for this one. I don't know too much about it other than it's following from what happened in the second book, so I obviously don't want to ruin that for you guys. And this one comes out on 31st, so not too long. January is literally the next month, so I haven't got too long to wait for this one. Next up is February, and this one is a book called Secluded Cabin Sleep 6, and I believe this one comes out on the 16th. And I don't know too much about this one other than it's a thriller about these different couples, I think, that's sleeping in this, like, staying at this cabin. Maybe it's like some sort of Airbnb, could be wrong. Again, this is one of the books that I don't know too much about because I don't want it to be spoiled. Right, I cannot say that word. Ruined. I don't want it to be ruined. This one is by Lisa Unger and it comes out on the 16th. And straight up, Secluded Cabin. It literally grabs my attention straight away. I love thrillers where it's like sort of secluded. I don't know why, but I love them. Cannot wait for that one. Then we're going on to March. So first up is Off the Map by Tris Dollar. She's the one who wrote Float Pan, and I literally can't remember what her own book's called. I have no idea what it's called. This is the third book, and I don't know if we're following anyone else in the same family. I think we're following someone completely different. And again, I have no idea what this one's about other than the fact that I just really want to read it because I loved her other 2 books. And this is a contemporary romance. She always seems to write contemporary romances, like, so it's that balance of like very realistic situations going on. Like in Float Plan, our main character's boyfriend had committed suicide, and then in the second book, our character loses her job after someone tries to sexually assault her. So there's always tough situations happening in these books, a very real situation, so just make sure you check out the trigger warnings, content warning before you do pick up this book, because I'm guessing this is going to have something like that as well. Again, I don't really want to know too much about this one going into it. I want to be surprised, and I think did I not say it, but I think this one comes out on the 7th of March. Also guys, I'm looking down because I got my notes on my phone. So next one is The London Science Society by Sarah Penner, and this one comes out on the 21st of March. So in this one we follow a character called Laura Wickers, who has come to Paris to find answers about her sister's death, but to do so she must embrace the unknown and overcome her own logic-driven bias against the occult. When ADALYN is beckoned to England to solve a high-profile murder, Lena accompanies her as a understudy. But as the women team up with the powerful men of London's exclusive Science Society to solve the mystery, they begin to suspect they are not merely out to solve a crime, but perhaps entangled in one themselves. Like, I'm sorry, Science. I'm not normally a big fan of murder mystery, but she wrote The Lost Apothecary, and I absolutely love this book. That book, not this book, not read it yet. And the last book that comes out in March is The Love Wager by Lynn Painter, and that comes out on the 30th of March, so we do have a while for that one. This one is about a character called Hayley Piper who is turning over a new leaf. After crawling out of a hotel room below rock bottom, she decides it's time to become a full-on adult. She gets a new apartment, a new haircut, and a new wardrobe, but when she logs into the dating app to look for new love, she finds none other than Jack, the guy whose hotel room she just snuck out of. After agreeing they are absolutely not interested in each other, Jack and Hayley realise that they're each other's perfect winged person and join forces in their searches of the one. Oh my god. I don't even need to read anymore. So basically these 2 characters have had a little thing, a one night stand, and then they decide to be each other's wing partners in order to help each other find the one. And we all know what that means. And I can't wait for that one. That one comes at the end of March. Yeah, the 30th. Oh, that feels so far away. I want to read that so badly. April. April's the month I'm really excited for. And you're going to find out soon. But not yet. So first up is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. And this comes out on the 11th of April. So this is the 4th book by the author who wrote The Friend Zone, Happily Ever After, Life's Too Short, and I've only read 2 of her books at the moment, but I've loved them and I want to read her next 2 before I read this one. I don't know too much about this one either, other than it's by an author that I've enjoyed books by before, so I'm just going to get it and hopefully I'm going to enjoy it just as much. I, again, don't know too much about it other than it's a romance, and yeah, we're going to find out. You guys can obviously check it out if you want to know more about it. There's some of these books I don't want to know anything about yet. And then another book that comes out, The Nanny by Lana Ferguson, which comes out on the 13th of April. This one is about, we follow this character called Cassie who loses her job, and now she has 2 options: to find a new job, or she can start up her OnlyFans account again, but she can't really go back to that because of what's happened. And just when everything seems lost, she ends up getting offered coming across a position for a living nanny for a single dad, and the guy offers her the job, which she's really shocked about, but she didn't quite expect this dad to kind of be really handsome and attractive, so we can guess there's some stuff going to go on there. And yeah, I'm actually really excited for that one. Like, it seems like a lot of fun. Next up we have This Delicious Death by Katie Cottingham. I just saw the cover of this one and I was straight up like, okay, I need this one. And I only read the lines that they're at this festival and inside the cooler is like basically a body or body parts and they need to get rid of it, and I'm like, okay, what happened? Why have you got this? And I'm sorry, set in a music festival with like so many people and you're going to try and hide this and not get found out. I think this book's going to be like a lot of fun. I believe that this is a thriller, or murder mystery maybe, but I'm really excited. The cover as well just kind of like straight away made me need to read this book. And another book that also comes out on the 25th of April. Gosh. I've been waiting, I feel like, forever for this author to announce a new book. I've read 2 of his books so far and they were both 5 stars. This one was finally announced a couple months ago, I believe, and this is called The Life of Puppets. The cover. I love his cover. His covers are just like the best. And all I know is about these weird sort of characters, like I think a robot, something else. They live in like these trees and stuff. They set up like this like settlement or something, and then someone goes missing. I don't know too much about it. I don't need to know too much about it because it's TJ Klune. So I was gonna buy this book no matter what. And this one comes out on 25th, like I said as well. So there's 2 books out that I'm really excited for, but I think this one's gonna be the one that gets read first, of course, because like TJ Klune. Next up is June, and the first book that comes out in June on the 8th is Never Hero, which is the sequel to Only a Monster, which I love that book so much. So the sequel I am so excited for, but the fact that I have to wait till June is like, really? I don't wanna wait. Like, in Only a Monster, we follow this character, like by these characters who can time travel by like stealing a little bit of life from a human, and they're sort of like enemies to lovers, shouldn't be together sort of thing, with the time travel aspect of it as well. And it was just amazing. I loved every second. With the way that book left off, it was so good, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in the sequel. Anyway, let's move on to the next one, which is The Only One Left by Riley Sager. Again, don't need to know too much about this one other than I think some like sort of murder happens and there's like all these riddles made about this family, and I think this girl's getting accused of murdering her own family. I could be wrong. I only briefly read it. It's Riley Sager, and unfortunately there is no release date for this one. So I just know it comes out in June, but I just don't know when in June. But yeah, a lot of people just don't seem to enjoy Riley Sager's newer books, where I love his newer books. I actually don't like his older books. I Lock Every Door. I really didn't like that. I DNF'd it. It's like, come on. Home Before Dark, Survive Tonight, House Across the Lake. I love them. So I've got high hopes for this one. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, Riley Sager is awesome. Next up is August, and this is an author I've read 2 books from before, and that is Rachel Griffin, which is Bring Me Your Midnight. She's the one who wrote The Nature Witches and Wild is the Witch. So I believe in this book we're following characters who have sort of like been planned out for her, and I'm guessing like a lot of stuff's going to go wrong. I think she's had like a planned out marriage, and there's like this coven of witches and stuff like that. But again, I don't want to know too much about it because I don't want to be spoiled. I do feel like sometimes like the blurb can spoil things. But I'm really looking forward to this one just because I have enjoyed her other 2 books. Highly recommend her books, by the way, they're really good. The next book is a book that is a sequel again called Foxglove, and that comes out on the 22nd of August. This is the sequel to Belladonna. I love Belladonna. In that book we follow a character who can't die and she can see like spirits, but also she has like a romance with death. And it's also got historic fiction as well, because it's set back in Victorian days. And I absolutely loved it. And the way it ended was like so good that I cannot wait for the next one. I'm really excited for this one. There's a lot of people that did not like this book, and I'm over here like, I'm not hurt. I'm not hurt. Like, Meg with books did not like it, and I was like, God. But then again, there's a lot of her books that I haven't liked, so it's fine. And hopefully I've got a cover for this one, because I believe the cover was a bit good for it, so hopefully there's a cover here. Right, the next two books, I have no idea when they're coming out, because it's just announced that they're coming out next year, but there is no date or month. So I'm just gonna mention them here, because like there's nowhere I can fit them into the months. And the first one is Meet Me at the Lake by Carrie Fortune. And this one she wrote Every Summer After, which I actually really enjoyed. So I'm really excited to see this one. I don't believe it follows like the same character. I think it's his own separate story. I just think it's set at the lake again, which like I'm gonna hope that this comes out around summertime, because I think it'd be perfect. So yeah, but we have no idea when, but I'm fingers crossed that summertime. And then the last one I have on this list is by Taylor Adams, who wrote No Exit. Absolutely loved that book, read it earlier this year, and this is called The Last Word. I don't know too much about this one, other than by Taylor Adams, so I have to read it because I really enjoyed her other book. And again, there's no like release date or month for this one. I don't know if there's a cover. There might be a cover of this. Again, I will put it up there. But yeah, these two books don't have any what month it releases or date, and I'm like, hello, you can't just announce that you're releasing a book and not tell me when it comes out. But yeah, that's all the books that I know of that comes out in 2023 that I cannot wait to read. There are some on there that like I am dying to read, and then the others are just like I'm really anticipating that these can be great reads. I might make another one of these like midway through next year when more for the second half of the year has been like announced. But let me know in the comments if you're excited for any of these and what ones you are excited for, because maybe I'll see some on the list that I haven't heard of before and have to add them to mine. But have a book banning situation next year where I don't buy as many books. I literally said that for this year. Next year, we're only going to buy the ones that I'm super anticipated for. Anyway, guys, really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe if you want. And until next time, bye!